Why doesn't the Amazon River's water turn salty the moment it enters the ocean? Scientists say the Amazon River is not just a river. It is an entire planet in itself. It is a river that changes its name, changes its color, and astonishingly, sometimes even starts flowing in the opposite direction. And now, evidence has emerged of something even more mysterious beneath it, a ghost river. Yes, beneath the Amazon lies a secret river, hidden from the human eye for centuries, silently flowing deep underground. Viewers, did you know that early explorers once mistook the Amazon River for an ocean? And they had a solid reason to think so. The sheer size and power of this river are almost impossible to comprehend. The Amazon River releases approximately 209,000 cubic meters of water into the Atlantic Ocean every single second. That is nearly 1.5 times the total global water consumption per second. So much fresh water pours out that even the next 7 largest rivers combined do not discharge as much water into the ocean as the Amazon alone. In fact, 20% of all the fresh water entering the world's oceans every second comes from the Amazon River. During the dry season, the Amazon is already about 10 kilometers wide. But in the rainy season, it can expand to an astonishing 48 kilometers in some places. At that time, if you stand on one bank and try to see the other, it disappears beyond the horizon, just like the sea. The opposite shore is simply nowhere in sight. That is why local people call it the River Sea. And when early explorers arrived here, they truly believed this was not a river at all, but an ocean. What's even more surprising is that despite its immense size, experts still haven't reached complete agreement on whether the Amazon is truly the longest river in the world. School textbooks often list the Nile River as longer than the Amazon. By measurement, the Nile is approximately 6,650 kilometers long. However, when it comes to volume, power, and sheer scale, the Amazon River dwarfs the Nile, making it the most powerful river on Earth. While the Amazon's length is commonly stated as 6,400 kilometers, this would mean the Nile River wins by about 250 kilometers. But the story does not end there. South American scientists remapped the Amazon's source using satellite data. According to them, if the true origin of the Amazon is counted, deep in the Andes Mountains, where its waters actually originate, the Amazon becomes significantly longer than the Nile. Some studies estimate the Amazon's length to be between 6,800 and 7,000 kilometers. Even today, some researchers still argue that the Nile is longer, while others claim the Amazon is the longest river on Earth. This debate is still ongoing, and no 100% final verdict has been reached. However, when it comes to area, water volume, and climatic impact, there is no doubt the Amazon is the largest river system in the world. As the Amazon River travels through dense rainforests, it doesn't just change its course, it changes its name and even its color. In the Andes Mountains, where it is born, the river is known as Apurimac. At Ucayali, people begin calling it the Amazon, but in between, the river changes its name 4 times. In Brazil, however, the story is slightly different. There, it is not called the Amazon until it changes its color. In this satellite image, at the city of Manaus, you can clearly see muddy brown water flowing from one side and dark black water from the other. When these two waters meet, Brazilians finally call it the Amazon River. Even here, the river displays a strange phenomenon. The muddy brown water does not mix with the black water for hundreds of kilometers. Much like oil and water refuse to blend. This happens because the black water comes from the Rio Negro, flowing from a different direction. Its temperature, speed, and mineral density are very different from those of the Amazon, which is why the two waters don't immediately merge. Eventually, the waters mix, and from that point onward, the river carries a single name: Amazonas, the Amazon River. If we calculate the area of the Amazon River basin, it covers approximately 7 million square kilometers. That area is large enough to fit 8 Pakistans, or 2 countries the size of India, each with their own river systems. Or, if Russia is removed from the map of Europe, the entire European continent could fit inside the Amazon basin, with enough space left over for another country the size of Pakistan. During the rainy season, the river becomes so wide that comparing it to any normal river feels pointless. Perhaps that is why the Amazon is the only major river in the world over which no bridge has ever been built. The most astonishing fact is what happens when the Amazon empties into the Atlantic Ocean. For vast distances into the sea, the water becomes noticeably less salty. There was a time when sailors traveling through the Atlantic would collect water far away from the coast because the salinity was low enough for use. So it would not be wrong to say that the Amazon River doesn't just dominate the land, it leaves its mark on the ocean as well. Some researchers even propose a theory that the origin of the Amazon is connected to Africa. Millions of years ago, there existed a supercontinent called Gondwana, where Africa, South America, India, and Australia were all joined together. Over time, the continents drifted apart and oceans split them from one another. Even today, if you look at a world map, South America fits Africa like a puzzle